Howdy friends, Alicia Latrice here, and I'm back. Oh my goodness, it has been the longest 7 months since I've created content. I shared content with you guys. I interacted in the comments. Just know I'm back. And a reason for that is because I was casted as a member on a Facebook watch show called 9 Months with Courtney Cox, and it was actually a great experience. I was able to literally vlog my day-to-day, my pregnancy along the way, like the highs, the lows, the low lows, and it was, in a sense, the first time I was ever that vulnerable with literally anyone, especially when it comes to social media. Granted, I'm an open book with you guys, but that was real raw, real uncut, just the nitty gritty. So if you haven't watched any of those episodes, it's season 3, Facebook Watch, 9 Months with Courtney Cox. You will not believe how my pregnancy went. I still don't even know how I survived. But I'm here, and that's another reason why I had to stop creating content. So with the show, I was contracted to where I could no longer pretty much release anything on my social media outlets. Like, everything belonged to them. It had to premiere on the show before I could post anything or say anything regarding a few situations that happened along the way. So I missed y'all. I'm so happy to be back. I just, in a sense, feel like we have so much catching up to do. And the first video I wanted to just jump back into was why I chose to become a single mom by choice. This question is like a hot topic. Ever since I was going through IVF, even during my pregnancy, so many of you wanted to know, what made you want to do this by yourself? And so this is the perfect outlet for us to do so. So I hope y'all got y'all coffee or y'all tea, because I'm going to give you all that you've been asking for. So make sure you stay tuned for more. I want to start this video off by saying, to each his own. Everyone has their opinions, their thoughts on how someone should make it into motherhood, how babies should come into this world. I get it. I hear it. You all have your thoughts. You have your opinions, but don't be trolling in my comments. I made the best decision that works for me. It may not be up your alley. It may not be something that you believe in. Okay, we can disagree to disagree, and that's just what it is. But just know that, you know, I'm not ashamed of the decision I made. And honestly, I wish I would have made this decision so much sooner than I did. And it's to the point where when I'm out in public, I think it's just so interesting, right? The stigma we have. When I'm out in public and I'm with my babe and, you know, we're shopping, we're strolling, everyone's like, oh my goodness, he looks just like you. Do you see any features of his dad? And I'm like, the donor? Awkward. Yeah, donor. I had a sperm donor. I went through IVF, and I start explaining my story, and everyone's amazed, like, oh my goodness, that's so amazing, congratulations, how has that been? And it's kind of like, you can't just assume that because someone has a baby, they did it with a partner, whether that's a male partner or female partner. Like, we're in a world to where, unfortunately, things don't always go as planned. For instance, me, I was instilled with, you get married, you have kids, you get a house, and it's kind of like, that didn't happen for me. And I used to, like, when I was younger, I used to always sing the song, first comes love, then comes marriage, and then here comes my baby in a baby carriage. And it's like, no, it didn't happen anything like that. And that's okay, right? At the time, I was 29 years old, and, we were in a global pandemic, and I felt like it was just the perfect time to do so. Granted, before I made the decision to be a single mother by choice, I did tons of research. I really sat down and asked myself a lot of questions like, can you do this financially by yourself? Is this the right timing for you to move forward with this? And believe it or not, I have finished my master's degree. I've traveled for work. I literally was just that boss bitch. I was in a great place, career-wise. Like, my savings account, checkings account, like everything was aligned, right? And it made perfect sense to do it in that moment. And giving you the backstory, I literally have, all my relationships have been long-term relationships. When I say long-term, I mean 4 and 5 years with partners. And of course, the conversation around kids always happened, but it was one of those things where every relationship I've been in, I've gotten cheated on, I've been lied to, I've been left for other women. And it gets to a point where you have to stand in who you are and be comfortable and confident in who you are. And I did that. I no longer felt the need to settle with someone just because I wanted a baby, because then it came to the gamble of, are you dating this person just because you want to have a baby, or are you dating this person because you see longevity, you really love them? And I sat and asked myself these questions, and it was clear as day. I was no longer going to settle in relationships, and I felt like I didn't need a partner to make my dream of becoming a mom reality. At this point, I'm 29, I'm successful, I'm financially stable, and all I was missing, the one thing I was missing in my life was a baby. Like, all I've ever dreamed about was becoming a mom. And I said, you know what? Do it. Like, you're in a great place to make this happen. Do what you've always dreamed of. Like, my miracle is here now. And I just truly wish I would have done it so much sooner, but I was hesitant. What are people gonna think? What are people gonna say? Can I really financially support a baby by myself and still work full time as a boss mom? It's not a decision that I made lightly, but it was a decision that I made, especially because at the time, I had been single for 4 years. 4. So what do you want me to do? Wait 4 more years till someone comes about? Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I put myself first. I put what I wanted first. And it was the best damn decision I could have made. I also want to say what had a heavy weight on my influence was my mom. Like, my mom has been my idol since growing up. Granted, she had my father. They've been married the length of my life, literally. I'm 30 now, so 30 years. And just to see how she was as a mother, she was so nurturing, so caring, so loving. And even, when my parents separated, I saw her be a single mom and rock it. Like, she was handling her business, being a single mom of 3 kids, like, making things happen. And we never went without anything. And I just saw the strength in her. Like, I don't need a man, or I don't need a woman to help me do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna make it happen on my own. And that really fueled me, because I'm a Virgo, I'm independent, I'm a perfectionist, like, whatever you want to sum that up as. But I just knew, seeing what she was able to conquer, as we grew up, and the woman I've become, inside and out, I owe to her. And she truly just influenced me in a way that I don't depend on anybody. And I know I don't need anyone to make a lot of my realities happen. So, as the years of me dating and failed relationships, rushing into relationships, wanting to hurry up and get on the path of falling in love so we could, start the venture to having kids, there was never a doubt in my mind that I wouldn't be a mom. The question landed into, how was I going to become a mom? And, I see it so often where people rush into relationships because they want to have kids. So it's like, let me hurry up and rush into a relationship. Let me hurry up and fall in love. And it's like, falling in love should be something that happened naturally, that you don't rush. Like, all of these things should just align for you naturally and not be something that you have to force. And I feel as though I know plenty of my friends who rushed into relationships that forced the love piece, that had kids and didn't last with their partner even a year. And so now they're trying to figure out the co-parenting thing. And then, the dad doesn't want to be a part of the baby's life. And it's like, one thing about me and my, my journey of becoming a single mother by choice, I don't come with the baby daddy drama. I don't come with, the baby mama drama. Like, I don't come with any of that. I come fully as myself with my son. And I'm okay with that. I feel as though that would appeal so much more to someone once I start dating instead of not, right? Like, oh, you have a kid, your baby's under 1. Like, how's that relationship with the dad? It's like, there's not one. Went through IVF. I have a donor. Like, I'm a single mom. And I feel as though I get so many contacts in my DMs of, oh my goodness, like, you inspire me so much. You know, I'm thinking of doing the same. And it's like, guys, no, I researched, I thought on this for years before I made the leap into, let's do this. Let's get it done. I'm doing this, like, guns blazing, we're having a baby. Because, you know, I had moments of doubt to where, can I really afford to take care of this baby by myself? You know, will I be able to balance, you know, work and having a baby by myself with no family in the area and no one to help me care for the child? And it's just something that I feel as though you have naysayers. Everyone's going to have something to say about your decision, something to say about your process, and you can't allow that to influence you because you're the director of your life and this is your show. You do as you please. No one can do it for you but you. And I'm happy. I am genuinely happy. I am still single. I've started dating, which I'm super excited about. And believe it or not, I feel as though when I was pregnant and after I had my son, I had a lot of more context, you know, of let me get to know you, let me take you out. I had a lot of it before, but now it's just so odd because it's like, I'm all pregnant out here in these streets and y'all want to talk like, y'all trying to talk like that? I don't know, it's just the oddest thing, but you know, dating is going extremely well for me, and I will make a separate video on how it's been dating as a single mom, but this video is just the reasoning, right? Backtrack, let me outline it for you. 29, have been wanting kids since I could remember. Career-wise, boss bitch, doing major moves. I'm traveling abroad. I'm living abroad, you know, months at a time. I'm just doing extremely well in tech. So I'm happy. Then it goes down to, okay, we're in a global pandemic. You're not traveling anymore. Like, you're stuck in the house. You know, where are you financially? Where are you career-wise? How you feeling? Are we doing this now or are we not? And, you know, thinking whether or not it's like, oh, you know, I had the battle with myself. Should I wait another year to see if I start dating and hold off? Should I not? It's like, screw that. You waited 8+ years. You know, we're not waiting for anybody anymore. We're not. Like, I was over getting in relationships where I was mentally, physically, emotionally abused, and to think like, why would I want to have kids with any of those people? For them to leave me high and dry, for them not to want to be in the kid's life, or just for me to say, I got a baby. Screw that. I could do all that by myself and, you know, eliminate all the drama that comes with having a co-parent or being in a toxic relationship. You guys have no idea how traumatizing that is. Like, I would never want to bring a child into this world being in a toxic relationship with someone just to get a baby. Like, I'm absolutely not doing that. And so it really upsets me when I look at my comments and it's like, you know, your child needs a father figure. That's why they grow up with, you know, these mental issues. And it's like, who? What statistics are you looking at? Because granted, I have a father. Him and my mom's relationship was still great, you know, with them being separated and so forth. But I came out just fine. Just fine. Not everyone that you have kids with, you're going to be with forever. Whatever. So those are a lot of the reasons why I decided to embark this journey alone. I feel as though, like, you know, nothing could stop me from making this decision for myself. Nothing was going to stand in the way of me becoming a mom. Like, ultimately, that has been my life goal, to become a mother. And my son is now 4 months, and I'm just counting down the next 5 months to start preparing for my second transfer. And yeah, I'm still not in a relationship, and I'm okay with that. I'm just fine. I'll be a single mom of 2 until, you know, that partner comes along who is genuinely for me. And I'm not rushing it, right? Like, I feel as though the stigma should be changed of love, marriage, baby. It doesn't happen that way. Like, that is a fairy tale that I hate was instilled in me, and it took long to change that mindset, because 99% of the time, life doesn't go how we outline it or how we grew up to understand it, right? And so that's what I really wanted. I really wanted a baby. I was in a great place to do so. So I made it happen. And I think back to this journey, and it's like, Alicia, I so wish you would have did this so much sooner, because I'm genuinely happy. It has been the most beautiful experience, from undergoing IVF to becoming pregnant to actually giving birth. It was everything I imagined it to be and more. And not one time did I feel as though I was alone in this. Like, I had an entire village of support behind me, to where I didn't think twice about, needing a partner or wanting to have a partner to experience this with. I was just fine. And that's the beauty of it, right? Like, when you have a great support system and you have, fellow single mothers by choice who also did the same thing, it's like, you're not alone in this. And we need to continue to bring awareness to to being single parents. There's not enough awareness around, you really being able to do it on your own, and the resources out there to help you navigate doing this journey alone. So, yeah. So that is, my morning rant on why I decided to be a single mother by choice. Again, it's something I always wanted. I've been single forever, and I just no longer wanted to wait on the perfect partner. What if that person never comes, and then I look and I'm 50 with no kids? Like, that would kill me, right? That would have killed me if I would have made it that far waiting on that person, right? And not making my dream come true. And I'm happy. I will do a Q&A. So if you don't, please follow me on Instagram at alicia.latrice. I'll post it in my story so you guys can submit additional questions that I may have not been able to answer here for you. And again, I'm an open book, so ask whatever you please. And until then, I'll see you at the next video, which will be about being a single mom and dating. That's quite interesting. So talk to you guys soon.